With the use of Breedr and the app, I've got all the knowledge to hand now. I can look at an animal in a pen, read its ear tag and see how many days it's been on farm, its predicted growth rate, whether it's farm assured, its breed, and from the estimated growth rates we can book the cattle in with the processor in really good time. And if someone rings up on spec looking for cattle quick sharp, then we can fulfil that order straight away and get a premium at the same time for the customer.
The cattle we had here last summer were sold over the winter and into the spring through Breedr. Worked really well. The cattle were finished at Doug's, booked through Doug, sent off to the chosen abattoir, and then we were paid back through Breedr. All seemed to work really well, seamlessly, which is what we want. We don't want hassle. I want a nice, easy system so that when the cattle leave here, I know they're going to Doug's, I know there's going to be a good job done of them there, and I know we're going to get those cattle killed, get the best price possible, and get that return back to us as soon as we possibly can.
So the prediction algorithms, we're using those to give us foresight as to what's ready and when, so that we can pre-market the cattle and have a home for them when they're ready to go. And it's also giving us indication of whether the diet's right or wrong.
So using Breedr and the data is key for everyone and can be passed on all the way through the chain. It makes my performance decisions a lot easier. It's all done for me, and I can see from the app what is performing, what isn't.
By looking at how those animals performed all the way through the life and how they're killed, I can start looking at, rich dairy farms produce the best calves and rich bulls have produced the best growth rates and, have slaughtered the best. So I can do my bit, I can manage them in between, but I can also try and pick, hopefully we can identify, all the way along the chain areas of improvement. So actually have a way of quantifying that and saying, no, these animals have done better from that farm using that bull. This is what we want to be aiming at, because that's leading to a much higher margin.
The trading arm of Breedr is immensely simple. A request for livestock goes out. If you've cattle that fit the spec and the price is right, then you reply to the request for livestock, and from there on in, it's basically sorted out for you, the transport, the day, everything. And all we do is record the animals on the Breedr app so that the processor and breeder know what animals are coming, ear tags, weights, etc. And all the payment from there on in is sorted out. So a very simple system.
So being a bit of a technophobe, having support is great. I can ring up Breedr or I can speak to people online and they can help me through the next stage of what we want to do with the cattle and how we want to try and use the app even more to get the most out of it.
Even if you can't ring anybody at Breedr, you can use the messaging system on the app if it's desperate, and somebody will reply and sort out your problem or book your cattle in, whatever you need to do. And generally the team at Breedr are just absolutely spot on.